Alright, good morning.
Good morning.
In case you haven't noticed, we're in the RV and we're going to take you on a little adventure to Animal Kingdom. Because it's been a while since we've been there.
It's been a while for, most of the parks.
Yeah, we need to get back. We need to get back, really.
Yeah. Our annual passes are wasting away.
Yeah. We don't get to show them some of the improvements, maybe changes.
Yeah, or just
walk around and see what we can find and maybe ride a couple things.
Maybe we could find some animals today.
Maybe so. Animal Kingdom. Alright guys, so stick around.
We'll see you there.
And we'll see you at the park. Alright, here we are, Animal Kingdom.
It's a busy day.
By the way, it is now like
12:41.
12:41, and look at the line just for tickets.
So, get
and
your
then
tickets.
After that line, then you go through the other line with your tickets. So,
yep.
I'm thankful I don't have to wait in that line.
Let's go in.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Alright, it's a hot day here in February at Animal Kingdom. I'm trying right out of the gate to
order a drink.
One of the options is Pizza Safari. It's
We're
right
close.
on the left side of Tree of Life. When you come in here, since we're close, we're heading on over to Avatar, Pandora. We're just going to walk through there. It's beautiful. We're going to walk through there and just show you the times because obviously we couldn't get Fast Pass for it.
No.
But we're going to show you the time. Okay, so here we are, assorted beverages. We're going to have one.
Yep.
Ooh, select my drink. I guess Coke.
Let's show them.
Okay, I'm selecting my drink.
Alright.
This is only the second time we used this. So I did add, I guess. And there it is. Your lunch or dinner menu, okay. View my order. So I got one Coke. Enhance your meal. I don't know about that. So review order and summary. All right, so listen, it said I can pick this up anywhere between now and 8 o'clock tonight. So say you wanted to order something in advance. That's pretty cool. So there I am. Your order will be freshly prepared once you tap the button. I am here. Prepare my order. Okay. We'll update the screen when it is ready for pickup. Preparing your order.
Flip it around. Right here, but I'm going to flip it around. You know what the right spot? All right, so which one is this here? A Navi? Yes, the Navi River Journey. 95 minutes. Stand by. All right, moving on.
Wait.
Yep, and I believe that's the most that it can register, so it's probably a lot longer than 190 minutes.
Get your fast pass.
Yeah.
I'd rather wait for Kilimanjaro and then get a fast pass for this.
Even if you can't get a fast pass for this before you arrive, try to get a fast pass and switch one of yours after you get to the park, because sometimes they could do it after you are actually in the park.
That's right.
Yep. It's happened to us.
Check, because sometimes you could change the time too.
Yeah. All right, so we're moving on.
Like they're doing some improvements to Flights of Wonder. It's probably a bigger stadium or something, but something's definitely going on there, and I don't know how long ago they closed it. But it looks pretty darn big to me, don't it, you?
Yep. We'll have to keep everyone updated.
They needed more space in there too, for people to sit.
Here comes Baloo.
King coming through, King coming through, excuse us!
Alright, King Louie and Baloo just went by. Did you see that?
They're the real stars of the show.
Yeah, look at the people following them.
It is pretty busy for a Saturday, huh? I didn't even look at it. It's a weekend.
All right, so if you guys want to see Baloo and King Louie, where are we right now? We're across from the old Flights of Wonder, right there. Oh, the caravan. And right there is where you can wait to see them. They said they were going on a banana break and then they'll be back. All right, moving on.
That's one big bat.
That is a big bat. What is that? Isn't that a giant bat?
Yeah.
I think it is. I got a picture of them.
I'd hate to be in the pool and have them fly. What kind of bat was that? Sorry.
A giant flying fox. That's what that was.
A flying fox.
Yeah, giant.
I think I caught that coming towards the camera.
That would be awesome. I hope you did.
That looks pretty. So the right is bad, but it's beautiful as you.
We're at Pizza Safari and we did the mobile order, right?
Mm-hmm. 2 thumbs up.
Alright, so we decided that the mobile order is definitely worth it. Because we ordered it.
If you time it right.
Yeah.
Because I did for one time order just one drink and it just sat there while I was like looking at it when you're thirsty.
Yeah. But for the food is worth it.
We cut how much line? That was a big line.
Long line.
We do that after we order through our phone.
Yep, so just to show you real quick at the Pizza Safari what's available. Pepperoni, cheese, and cheeseburger pizza. Cheeseburger, pepperoni, cheese.
Garlic knots.
And an order of garlic knots.
Comes with the marinara.
And what's that?
Some kind of, I don't know, salad, whatever it was called. Comes with the
Not sure what this is. Looks like just onions and pepper and tomatoes. Alright. Alright, so we're going to eat and we just wanted to show you. We had never seen this. Oh, and it used to be regular pizza, now it's flatbread pizza. Right?
And ordering on the phone is
pretty good. The mobile ordering. Alright, we're going to eat now. See ya.
right, come along, join us
on the Kilimanjaro
Safari.
Yes.
It's an awesome ride. If you haven't had a chance to see it or do it, we recommend it. It's awesome. We'll have a couple tips after the ride, so stick around.
Yeah.
Right?
Hopefully we'll see a lot of animals this time.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's go.
Now, I saw an okapi out to our right. It's got white striped legs and a red-brown coat. Now, don't be fooled by the okapi. Despite those legs, it's the only known relative to the giraffe. It's also such a shy creature, such a rare animal. The Western world had no idea it existed till 1901. Before that year, we thought it was a purely mythical creature, and that still gives me hope for finding the unicorn. Oh, there's a rhino. It's out to our left, near the top of the hill there. See it? Now, they're crepuscular animals. They're most awake in the mornings and the evenings. They generally nap around midday and midnight. So this rhino here probably just woke up recently. Now, I see some antelope ahead of us on to our left. Looks like some bongo and some greater kudu. Now, the bongo are the copper-colored antelope. They're called the ghosts of the forest because of how rare they can be. And those light tan antelope, those are greater kudu. A far more common antelope. The greater kudu are still beautiful creatures, and they're in the top 5 tallest antelope in Africa, standing about 55 inches tall at the shoulder. There we go. The hippo's off to the right. Don't worry, we're going to stop here in just a second. Now, there are also hippos out to our left, so if I pull forward just a bit, hopefully everyone can get a good view of all these creatures here. Gonna see a baby swimming around back there. Now, the baby hippo is only a few weeks old, and that's why their mom is trying to make sure baby's staying in the relatively shallow part of the river. There are also some Nile crocodiles down to our left.
After a Nile crocodile.
They grow anywhere from 15 to 20 feet in length. They live to be about 45 years old in the wild, and in captivity they can live to be almost 85 years old. So these crocodiles will be swimming the Safi River for the better part of a century. Now, the wildebeest, they're ahead of us out to our right, just beyond the trees over there. There's also a few giraffes back by the trees, but again, we're going to get closer to them here in a bit. Now, the wildebeest, part of one of the largest migrating herds in Africa. A herd of wildebeest has been known to number in the millions. And the name wildebeest really does mean wild beast, go figure. They're given that name because of the fearsome expression on their face. Every time I see them out here, they're just kind of grazing about, not up to anything too terribly wild. They're only dangerous when frightened, but that's true of any animal. Even a well-placed kick from a giraffe can fend off most predators. I see a hyena. It's ahead of us out to our left. It's up on top of the rocky den over there. And it's walking past the rocky den. Now, a lot of people get the wrong idea about hyenas. They think of them as stupid, mangy poachers, and that's not true. They're actually very successful predators. They have the strongest bite force out of any mammal. Their jaws can crush bones, and a clan of hyenas can devour an entire wildebeest except for its skull in under half an hour. So while they are my favorite predator, I'm glad that they're over there and not over here. Now, over here on our left, I see some sable antelope. They've got rich brown coats, long sharp horns. They are fiercely protective of their family members, which is why they were chosen as the emblem of the reserve because of that protective quality. Now, these are a couple baby eland out to our left. They're those little tan babies. And then that's a fully grown male there lying down. He stands close to 6 feet tall, weighs 2,000 pounds, which is about as much as a giraffe. And he can also jump 6 to 8 feet straight up. Now, that's not 68 feet. That would be amazing. But no, 6 to 8 feet. He could easily jump into this truck. He won't. He has. Yep, looks like there's giraffes standing in the road. You know what? That happens all the time, actually. Now, if an animal does ever cross in front of us or stay out on the road for too long, our wardens will come by and kind of lure the creature from the path, but until then we don't honk our horns, we don't rev our engines, we try not to scare these creatures, because this is their home, not ours, we're just driving through it. Now here's a bunch of springbok in front of us. They're tiny antelope with white bellies and a dark stripe down their side and a tan back. They're called springbok because they can spring up in the air about 6 feet straight up. About as high as the eland can. Only difference is while the eland can move very quickly, the springbok can move quite a bit faster. They can run 50 to 60 miles an hour. Because they jump and zigzag as they run, they can evade animals even as fast as the cheetah. Now while all of their spots might look the same to you and I, they're as different as our own fingerprints. That's how they tell each other apart, a little bit like a name tag. Now again, they're going to be active pretty much all night. They only need half an hour of sleep during the day, and they sleep during the day to avoid predators in the evening. Oh my, I see an elephant out to the right. Hold on, we're going to stop here in just a few seconds because that is an awesome view. Now, judging by its size, I'd say it's about 6 to 8 years old. Not a baby anymore, but not anywhere near being an adult. So I bet you we could find the rest of its family a bit further along. Now baby's hiding just on the other side, mama elephant there. Now that baby is only a little over a year old. Probably a year and a couple months, I think. Now for elephants, that's still not very old. Again, elephants have a childhood that lasts about 13 to 15 years. The only childhood longer than that is a human childhood, lasting about 18 to 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 years or so. Now, down here to our left are two very different types of birds. Little white birds with the orange hooked bills. Those are white ibis. They're just vacationing here. Pay no attention to them. Tall pink birds, though, those are greater flamingos. Some of the biggest flamingos in the world. If you see them with their neck on their back and a leg up in the air, that really is how they sleep. See them with their face in the water, upside down, bobbing back and forth. It's how they filter feed for the shrimp they eat. And a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. So we were looking at a fluffy feathered flamboyance of fabulous flamingos. Now here on the left is a bontebok, purplish brown antelope, closely related to the wildebeest. Now the wildebeest might migrate in the millions, but the bontebok were almost declared extinct at one time. Thankfully that's not the case. They are being protected on reserves like this, and their numbers are starting to flourish. Now, cheetahs are by far the fastest land mammals alive. They can sprint at speeds of well over 60 miles an hour, though they can only hold their top speed for a couple hundred yards. After that, they get awfully tired and have to cool down. Now, don't worry about this cheetah over here chasing us. They only go after prey they know they can catch. Small prey, like gazelles and warthogs. They've never chased a vehicle this size, even though they can easily outrun us. Oh, I see a few lions. They're near the edge of the rocks. Oh, there's also a white rhino out to our right, underneath the trees over there. Rhino and a few waterbuck. Now the waterbuck are the shaggy brown antelope. They like to live in areas with plenty of water. That's how they got the name. And the rhino back there, of course, is a white rhino. Has a wide, flat mouth. The black rhino has a much more pointed lip. It's the easiest way to tell the two apart. There's very little color difference between them. Now, rhinos in general have pretty terrible eyesight, but they have incredible hearing and a great sense of smell. That's why if you ever see a rhino pointing its ears towards you, it's probably really listening to what you have to say. There is also a scimitar horned oryx down that dirt trail back to the right. It's a white antelope with a brown neck and long curved horns. It's a desert-dwelling creature that can survive 7 to 9 months at a time without a drop of water. The scimitar horned oryx gets all the moisture it needs from the grass and the plants it eats. Though in an area like this where water's a pretty constant resource, they'll drink from it. They just know they can go without it if they ever have to. Because here on Kilimanjaro Safaris, we like to go wild. Always feel free to visit again, though. No two safaris are ever the same. The animals make sure that, and a different driver can always tell you different things about these animals. Of course, my name is Larry, and Asante Sana, thanks for joining me here today. In Harambe, we say Kwaherini, means to go well. We hope you have an adventure wherever your travels take you next.
All right, guys, we hope you enjoyed
the Kilimanjaro
the safari. And we got a quick tip for you. We probably said it before. If you can get a fast pass, normally not a fast pass in the morning if you run for when you get in the park, but either in the morning or afternoon.
Yeah, right
are
now
the best
it's
times to
our
see
fast
animals.
pass was at what, 4:45?
Somewhere in there. That's perfect.
So yeah,
Just before the sun goes down, you'll
see a lot more animals out.
Midday, where it's real hot, you're
Might
probably
not see
just
too
going to go
many.
for a joyride. But definitely, that's when you want to go.
Yep.
Morning or late afternoon.
Yep.
All right,
but
guys.
not at night.
That's right.
Don't do it at night
Don't do
either.
it at night.
Like
It's
after
got
the
to be right
sunset.
there in the sweet spot, right?
Yeah. After
All right.
the sunset, you won't see too many.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for us today.
Yep, but from Animal Kingdom.
Now, we do want to just put in a couple things about today.
What was that?
The ordering.
Oh yes.
Okay.
The ordering.
We're all about giving you
Accurate.
accurate information.
As accurate as we can give.
We always, even though this is a positive channel, we always want to give you also, it's not peaches and cream all the time.
Correct.
Okay. So today was kind of busy. It is
Yeah.
a Saturday, which is pretty typical on a weekend. It normally is busy.
Yeah.
We did ordering on the phone, more than we ever done. We've done one to start off. Last visit we were at Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
We tested it, and it seemed to be working pretty good. Now today we used it like 3 times,
Yes.
and the first 2 times we were like, hey, no
This is
waiting in line.
Great.
Just hit that I'm there a little bit sooner than you're actually there, and normally it's like ready to go.
Yeah, we skipped a line.
For one time we did just drinks, the other time we did food,
Oh, yeah.
which was fairly quick, the pizza, which you'll see,
Yeah.
and the last time we did drinks. All we did was drinks. Now we're not going to go into big detail about this because I'll sit here and talk to you all day about it. Am I right?
Yes, you would.
But I will say it all depends on the person behind the counter. Am I right on that? Is that consistent?
That is correct.
Now there was like one person ahead of us. There was really nobody else around us, and all we had was 2 drinks. And it was quite an ordeal to get 2 drinks after we ordered it on the order
Mobile
thing.
app.
So yes, it can be a good thing, but it all depends on if you have somebody behind the counter that can
Multitask.
deal with the small things.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's also always a good day.
Yeah, but the other one was good. The food.
Yeah, that's
to get
what I'm
the
saying.
food, yeah.
It just depends on who's
So it's
behind
hit or
the
miss.
counter. So when we were talking about in the beginning or around the beginning of this video, how wow, we got our food quick, 2 thumbs up, and it did. It was pretty darn good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And it was fast, and there was a long line.
We skipped the
typically
line.
around noon to 2, somewhere in there. It's normally kind of busy. Everybody wants to eat.
Yeah.
With
it was
that,
fast.
Also, with that being said, Disney has done a lot of expansions, and it just seems like as time goes on, obviously they get busier and busier, and it just seemed just busy. You know what I mean? I mean, even with the opening of Pandora, it opened up the park even more. You think it would kind of like thin out a little bit.
It got more,
but
it got busier.
It really didn't. So we kind of like sit around and think all the time also, if they didn't have annual passes and if you were here just for a day, it was like 165 minutes as we were leaving.
Yeah,
tonight,
when we were leaving.
about 165 minutes for flights of passage, and then it was 115 minutes for
The Navi River journey.
Yes, and it kind of like brings us back to like the 7 Dwarf Mine Ride at Magic Kingdom.
That's been years, and you still have a hard time getting on that.
We were just sitting there thinking that we had, because we're annual pass holders, we had that special opening. It's a soft opening of Pandora. And we were riding that thing 100 times
Well,
to the
we
point
knew it.
where it's like, holy cow, I can't ride it no more. They kept riding it.
Yeah, we rode a lot
but
because we knew.
We also knew that after that, if you look in some of the previous videos, how we were showing you the lines of when Pandora was just opened and was brand new, how it was going around
It's still
even
pretty
outside
long,
of Pandora. And
even
it's
today.
still, and I don't think that it's ever going to slow down when it comes to that. And this is not even summer yet, guys. We're in February.
Yeah.
So my suggestion to you would be always try to get fast passes for the more popular rides, which is Pandora. You're probably only going to be able to get one of those.
Yeah, you can only pick one, I think.
You can't get one of the. You can't get. I know you get 3 fast passes, but you can't get both for Pandora. You're going to have to get
either
one
the
or the
Navi or the, what's the other one called?
Flights of Passage. Now, Flights of Passage is basically like a Soarin', if you've ever been on Soarin' at Epcot, only it's extreme Soarin', and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think
Very
that's the better of the two. Very
awesome ride, cool detail. And then the river ride is very short. To us, it seems a little short.
Yeah, for the long line that you got to wait.
So that's up to you guys.
Just our opinion.
Just our opinion. It's,
and also, I know I said it earlier in this same video, but even though you couldn't get the fast pass for the Pandora or whatever you're trying, once you get to the park, you should go to one of those kiosk things, right?
Yes.
As a fast pass kiosk?
Yes.
And sometimes it'll have an opening for one of those rides, and you could switch out one of the ones you don't mind switching for, like Pandora. Or now, for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or whatever.
Right.
So just try if you want. Once you get to the park, try.
And I'll just give you a little tip, because if anybody that's been with us, our channel for a while, this park is where I worked at. Okay, and I did Fast Pass Plus, and there's some things that you can do. I don't know if you could still do it, but obviously they don't have the iPads and stuff like that. But what I used to do for guests is I would start switching fast passes. I know it's kind of confusing, but you'd almost like say you got Kilimanjaro, all right, and you got it set for like 3:45. Okay, there might be an opening in Pandora at 3:45, but it's not going to show you that because the opening for the Safari is at 3:45. So sometimes when you change the time for the Safari, other things will open up. Not necessarily Pandora, it could be other things. But sometimes the time, if you adjust your time, and if you want to do it later, like we were explaining later, for the Safari is better than in the midday.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you switch it back to the later time, then other things will be opening up in that time frame. Because if you're looking at 8 o'clock, maybe Pandora ain't open at 8.
Yeah.
My opinion is nothing's going to be open at Pandora. You're probably going to have to make fast passes for that if you make reservations at a Disney resort.
Yeah, but also we've come here without staying at a resort, and we've come in and they had fast pass.
Yes, it's a hit and miss.
Yeah, we have gotten them, so it can't happen because we weren't able to get them ahead of time. But once we got here, we went to one of those kiosks, and she was able to get us into, I think it was a Navi River journey or
she was able to do that. Now, keep in mind, there's sometimes we have a reservation out. We haven't done that in a long time, and we're annual pass holders, and sometimes we can't even get in. Like a month out. Well, I don't even know how long it is. I don't even want to give them inaccurate information.
But we still can't get
it. But sometimes it's not even available.
Yep.
And during the weekend, it's even harder. So if you can get in during the week, maybe if you can get here when school's in too, that might be. If you have kids, obviously that's not going to work for you. We're just throwing out information for you. Yep. I might have been a little bit confusing about that fast pass thing.
That's all right.
It makes perfect sense to me because I've done it. But sometimes when you mess around with the times, you can still hold that and just switch the time. Don't switch the ride.
No, you don't do it at all. Let them do it for you.
Just let them do it, like she said. I mean, I did it all the time. I was able to do work magic for some people. A little Disney
magic?
Magic.
All right.
So anyway, with that being said,
the sun is setting and we got to go.
We are getting out of here, guys, and we appreciate everybody for watching.
Yes, and thank you to everyone who has been watching A Jolly Good Life.
Yes.
My craft channel.
Also, please share us. We love to see the subscribers go up.
Yep.
That's our thrill doing this too. So we appreciate it. Thumbs up, share us, and what else?
That's it. It's time to go.
All right, have a good one. We'll see you next time, and you never know where.
Yep.